Hello, and welcome to James Leslie's Express Lane, where we get you right as fast as possible, bringing you the top 5 adult-oriented centric cartoons. When I say adult cartoons, I don't mean like the Playboy or hentai stuff. I mean, like number 5, Archer. Archer is an amazing show. One of my favorites, like not just cartoon-wise, but of all time. It is a great show. The jokes, the humor, the writing is just amazing. And if you don't watch them all, you'll be lost in later episodes. Like I think it was season 4. They made a callback to the very first scene in the very first episode. The very first scene in the very first episode gets a callback in like season 4, and just stuff like that. Or the voice actor for Archer said his favorite joke on the show so far has been the joke about Babu the ocelot just like having a huge room in a bowl, and it's like, oh, you really need some like sticks, tire swing, anything. It's like Meowschwitz in there. According to him, that was his favorite line. Like that line was hilarious, and just the stupid antics they go on, and the classic lines. God, if you've not watched Archer, it's on FX. Sometimes it's Arizona Comedy Central. You can find it online, obviously, at this point. But the show is just so far off the wall, batty insane. Just great humor, great characters. Some character growth here and there between them. For a show this stupid, you get a lot more than you'd expect. God, I really don't want to say that joke is hilarious, but it's so dumb. I don't want to say that one. I probably think, with all this praise, why are you putting it at number 5? Because I want to use a joke from that show in this list. And so at number 5, you're thinking, oh, that's great, but what's the rest? Don't worry, people, this is just the tip. If you watch the show, you obviously get that joke. Anyways, number 4. I'm going to have to go with pretty much everything on Adult Swim. The Aqua Teen Hunger Force, the Venture Brothers, the More Oral, the Robot Chickens, like everything from Adult Swim. Some of it is what? But some of it is just some of it is just great. Like Rick and Morty is amazing. Rick and Morty is taken over. But again, you had the Robot Chicken, the Aqua Teen Hunger Force, the More Orals, the Essie McGee, that was one of my favorites, but still, like, you have so many shows coming from that is just amazing. The Space Ghost Coast to Coast, I love that show. And Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, the episode when he has to defend Scooby and Shaggy when they get busted for pot was hilarious. And mind you, I'm not even a stoner. Like a lot of people say, oh, you'd have to be high to enjoy the show. You don't have to be high to enjoy the shows. These shows are hilarious. I'm sure if you're high, you'd find them even funnier, but if you're like me, you don't do drugs, it's still hilarious. And a lot of them, they got the DVD box sets, or you can just find them online, if through Netflix, Amazon Prime, you can find them everywhere at this point, because they're that and hilarious. God. Number 3, I'm going to go with BoJack Horseman. This show is, first of all, don't get me wrong, it is fucking weird. It is weird, with a capital W. People and animals live side by side, and the animals are, like, people. They're, what's it called? Anamorphic, I think it's called. Like Mickey Mouse and all that, but like they date each other. Like the humans and the animals date each other, and like the one produces a turtle, and he's been around like, oh, I haven't seen an actor that good since I produced the movie Citizen Kane. He's a turtle, so he talks slow. But yeah, BoJack Horseman is a horse named BoJack, and he had a hit TV show sitcom back in the like late 80s, early 90s. And from that, he just pretty much rode on his coattails, collecting royalties. But his life is just in shambles. He's trying to do an autobiography, and he can't write. He just gets distracted by so much cocaine. So the company he's going through hires a ghostwriter. And they become friends, and there's some emotion. But then she's dating, what's his name, Peanut? Who had his own show, and he's annoying as shit, but he's friends with BoJack. The show is so freaking weird. And it's not like Archer, where like Archer is off the wall, but it's not really that weird. This show is off the wall and weird, but it is great. It's on Netflix. And since on Netflix, it's uncensored or whatever. It's unedited, so you get F-bombs. I was like, one of my favorites was he grabs these muffins, and a seal comes like, well, I put those muffins there so I could go to the bathroom and come back and grab them. So I didn't bring them to the bathroom with me. Well, too bad. You shouldn't let him go. Then it turns out that seal was a Navy SEAL. And there's a lot of like voice acting from famous people. Andrew Garfield does the character, and the one character's like, wait a minute, Andrew Garfield hates Mondays, and he loves lasagna, and he takes naps? Just stupid shit like that. Or Keith Olbermann is the voice of the whale on the news channel that's always going after BoJack Horseman. There was just so much going on in this show. Again, this is a show that you have to watch back to back to back, or you're going to miss something from an earlier episode. It is hilarious. Or he has, there's a scene where his doctor is Dr. H.U., Doctor Who. And so, oh, you mean like the TV show? What TV show? No, the TV show about the doctor. What doctor? Doctor Who. Yes, that's my name. No, I'm talking about the show. What show? Doctor Who. Yes, that's the name. It's like just stupid stuff like that happens, and it's great. Watch it. Number 2. Ooh. I'm trying to keep anime off this list. Technically, this is not anime. It was made in America, from what I understand. This was made in America, so even though it was done in anime style, it is not anime. Afro Samurai. Watch the show. Watch the movie. Do not play the video game. Video game is garbage. But the show itself, Samuel L. Jackson is Samuel L. Jackson in Samuel L. Jackson as a samurai with a huge afro. Mark Hamill, Joker, those whatever star movies, I don't know, something to do with outer space. Now, Mark Hamill, that guy, does the voice of the Joker and a bunch of other voice acting. Yeah, he does voice acting in this too. Lucy Liu does some voice acting in this. Wu-Tang Clan is like huge in this show and movie. Like, it is a really good show and movie. Watch them. Check them out. Amazing. But, finally, numero uno has to be South Park. I love South Park. And one of my favorite stories about South Park comes from when they did the movie. It was originally called Raising Hell. Censors, you can't call it Raising Hell. It can't have hell in the title. Fine, we'll make a dick joke. Bigger, longer, and uncut. Oh, you changed the name? Okay. Wait, what? You guys gonna let us get away with a dick joke but not say hell? Alright. And the entire movie was like that. We're gonna have this in it. That's offensive. You can't do that. So they did something even more offensive. Oh, you changed it? Okay, it's in. Like I said, like, the censors made this movie even more disgusting, even more offensive. Because they would do something, you can't have that, change it. They change it to something even worse, like, oh, you changed it? Okay, you're good to go. It's like, what? What? You just made this movie even more offensive. But hey, they changed it like the review board said, so it got passed. This was the first movie to air on Comedy Central's, what was it called? Comedy Central's Midnight Box, something like that, where they aired stuff uncensored. It was hilarious. Like, yes. But the show itself, it hits hard. It hits every week when it's airing new episodes. And another good story from them was they're doing an episode making fun of the Washington Redskins. They had Kirk Cousins as the quarterback, but he was hurt. And so RG3 was out there. I was like, well, crap. Change the episode real quick and like redo the animation for this character. Let's switch it out from Kirk Cousins to RG3. It's like, we may be a stupid show, but we're an accurate stupid show. And that pretty much sums up the entire thing. Like all the crazy shit. And like, one week the town's destroyed, next week it's back. But then they stopped that. Like, now something happens, it sticks. Why? I don't know. I guess they got bored with the old styles and they're like, all right, let's change it up. But my God, some of the stuff they do, like, some of the stuff they do is like, yeah, you'd be getting executed in other countries. But in America, freedom of choice, they can do it because America, freedom of choice. I can't imagine someone not knowing South Park or ever seen an episode of South Park or whatever, but if you haven't, check it out. Get ready to be offended, but get ready to laugh. It is just that good. So, you agree with this list? Did I miss out a show? Should I maybe made Rick and Morty its own slot instead of lumping in with Adult Swim stuff? What do you think? Because I was actually originally going to do that, but it's like, no, it's a Adult Swim show, so we're going to keep it with Adult Swim. Of course, some shows that are geared towards teens, like Beavis and Butthead, might be considered more adult-oriented, or Ren and Stimpy was the kids show on Nickelodeon. But you watch all episodes, like, how did they how is this a kid show? What the is wrong with the censor board back then that this was considered a kid show? But technically, since it was a kid show, I didn't include it in the list. I really wanted to though. Oh, I really wanted to include Ren and Stimpy, but since technically it was a kid show, I didn't. So, as always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have a wonderful day.